Hey guys, how you doing? Gavin with REI Network. On this video, I'm going to show you how to do a fast sandwich lease option offer. Keeping it very simple, very basic, but you can follow the steps and do this yourself. I'm going to share my screen here in a second. I'm going to go and pick a property from Zillow. We're going to get the ARV, get the rent. We're going to then calculate the offer, just like you can then do it for your own properties. On a sandwich lease option, remember, there's three ways that we're going to get paid. We're going to get paid on the front side. We're going to try and get 3 to 5% option consideration from the tenant buyer down on the front. We're going to cash flow monthly with at least 25% of the rent or a minimum of 300. Okay, and then we're going to make equity on the back end, hopefully about 15%, 20% if you can get it. And that is when you're going to get your spreads then over a lease option of 3 to 5 years, you know, hitting the $30,000, $40,000 mark. Okay, so hopefully you like this video. I'm going to share my screen right now, and make sure that you like, subscribe to the channel, and I will have more videos for you. Thanks. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you how to make an offer, a fast offer on a sandwich lease option. Okay, so there's a few things that we need to find out. We need to find out what the rent's going to be, what the ARV is going to be, kind of the condition of the property. As soon as we have that, then we're pretty much good to follow a formula that's going to get you in the ballpark of actually making this offer. So what I've done is I've just pulled up Zillow here, just went into Huntsville, Alabama. I put in a 200,000 to kind of start. I'm just going to take this first property here. So what I would do to just grab a quick ARV, I'm not going to overthink this, is that I'm going to take this. They're asking 200,000. It's a 3.3, 1,615 square foot. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy the address here, and I'm working on my iPad here. So I'm going to drop this address in. I'm going to hit enter, so it actually finds the property again and it will locate it for me. So here's the address. You can see this property, you probably agree, it's a nice house, doesn't really need any work. So I don't think we need to really put any repairs in for this. I think the kitchen looks good. So overall it looks pretty good. As a quick ARV, you could say, well, let's take the 200,000. You could also say the estimate over here is 180,000. So what I would do as a quick look is I'd X out and I'd just change this over to solds. Okay. Once I've got solds, I'm then going to just hit enter again to make sure that this is going to give us that property, and then when I X back out, it's actually now put it in the middle of the screen. So you can see in the white on my screen here at 180, there's one across the road that sold for 206, so I could click on that. This one's only 200 square foot bigger, and it's a 3.3. It looks like it might be 2 stories, so that could change it a little bit. But I'm pretty confident that, okay, if that's sold for 206, I think on a sandwich lease for 200,000, it might be a good starting point. I could also back out and see what else. We've got one over here at 218 that's round the corner. This one's a 4.2, slightly bigger for 218. So I think 200,000, just as a quick glance, is going to be good enough. So I'm going to start with an ARV of 200,000. So we're going to come back to that. And I'm actually now going to click back in here, and I'm just going to check to see what our going rate rent is. It looks like this one actually was bought 2010. Okay. Right, the rent zest is 1,450. So let's take that number as well. So now I've got that. We've talked to the seller. They're somewhat not really interested. We're just going to make a fast offer anyway. So we know what the rent we can start with. We've got an ARV of 200,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop back over here. I'm going to start putting this offer together. Okay, so we've got ARV is 200k. We've got the rent, which was 1450 a month. Okay. We could say the square footage was, I think, 1,615 square foot if we need it for repairs. Well, I don't think it needed any repairs, but that's the information that I'd kind of work that off. I could do $5 a square foot, $10 a square foot to kind of, you know, give me some repair estimates to put into this offer. but I don't think we need to do that. And as I said at the start of the video, a sandwich lease option, we're going to try and make money on the front, cash flow, and then money on the back end as well when we actually close the deal. So for working out, this is going to be really, really simple. So we're going to take the ARV, this number here, okay, and we're going to do 200,000 times 85%, okay, equals, you're going to put that in on the calculator, and that's going to give you 170,000, okay, so 170,000 here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to then work out what's the monthly. So we want to make, you know, let's say 25% or minimum of 300,000. So we're going to take the 1,050, and on the calculator again, I'm going to do 75% equals, which is going to give us 1,875, okay, in rent. So this is what our offers are going to be here in a second. So you can see here that we have 15% equity going into this as the current market as it stands, and we're going to have 25% cash flow. Remember, you would always do a min of 300 cash flow, okay, as a minimum. That's what I would do. But right now we're going to do 25%, which actually this means that it would cash flow. Let me take the 1450. So we're going to take the forts. We're going to take this number here. We're going to take this number here, okay, minus this number here, which is actually going to give us $412.50 a month, okay? So that's what we're going to get as a monthly cash flow right here. That is what we're going to cash flow on this property if we get the rent at $1,087.50. Okay, so that's what we're going to do there. Then we've got obviously the repairs. We could say back to this section here, and we said that the repairs, the house is in good shape, so we're going to do the repairs would be zero. So we've got nothing else to really take off that. We've got the term time that we need to talk about. What can we get this? I would say for a sandwich lease option, we want to do 3 years to 5 years, okay, whatever you can negotiate. All right, and then we're going to have to do some option money, option consideration, and we're going to do, we could start off at 1,000, you could do 500, whatever, but I'd say start something around $1,000 that's going to go to the seller. So what we've got on this screen now, let me change into a color, is we have the ARV. We didn't minus any repairs, so we're going to offer 170. We're going to give them 1,087.50 a month. We're going to cash flow over here 1412. We're going to have 15% equity on the back end, which is actually going to give us 30k to start with. That's if we don't even inflate the price when we ask to get a tenant buyer. But this is just about making the offer. We've got a term time. We've got to decide on 3 to 5 years, and we're going to pick one of them. So once I have this information, it's then pretty simple that we're just going to then obviously make the offer. So once we've done our calculation, right, it's then going to be option price. Okay, the option price is going to be 170,000. We're going to do option consideration to the seller. Option consideration is going to be $1,000. We're going to do term. Well, actually, let's do the monthly first. We're going to do monthly rent is going to be 1,850, and then we're going to do term 3 years. Okay, so what we have here is the option price 170,000. We're going to give a consideration to the seller of $1,000 when we find the tenant buyer. That's what I would do. So this only goes when we find a tenant buyer. Okay, we're going to do monthly rent of 1,850, and we're going to do a term, okay, of 3 years. That is the offer. This here is what we are going to offer to the seller based on that. So one more time, we're going to take the ARV, okay, times 85%, which is going to give us 15% equity in the deal of 200,000. We're going to take the rent over here, 1450, which is what we got from Zillow, 75%, which is going to give us 25% cash flow, which is over here 412.50 a month for the term time of obviously 3 years is what we selected, we chose, and we're going to give $1,000 consideration. This also could be 1 month's rent. Okay, so that's what we are going to be we're going to do, and then we're ready to go. That's our offer. Okay, so hopefully this helped. If it did, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what your thoughts were. Hopefully this helps. This is a simple way of making a fast sandwich lease option. Don't overthink it. You don't need calculators. Just keep it really, really simple. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Thanks. Bye-bye.